While most of us were sleeping last night, the Lane Kiffin era was coming to an end at USC. The former Vols head coach, who left UT after just one season in January of 2010, was dismissed by Southern Cal after the Trojans were embarrassed on the road by Arizona State, 61-42, dropping USC to 3-2 on the season. Southern Cal athletic director Pat Hayden informed Kiffin of the decision at the team's charter flight that landed at 4:25 a.m. Pacific time this morning. The Los Angeles Daily News reports Kiffin was pulled off the team bus to tell him he was indeed fired. Kiffin was 28-15 at USC. This afternoon, Hayden said he felt the team wasn't making the progress it needed to make. We spoke to our Sunday Sports Talk crew of Jason Swain and Brent Hubbs about Kiffin's dismissal.
Welcome back. Terry Brooks joining us now to talk about what everybody has been talking about today.
That's right. You can't get around Knoxville without talking about some Lane Kiffin today. Now, Lane Kiffin left Tennessee in the dead of night back in 2010 to go to USC. 3.5 years later, in the dead of night, USC told Lane Kiffin to get out. Kiffin was fired when the Trojans' team charter flight landed at 4:25 in the morning today. All of this coming on the heels of giving up 61 points to Arizona State last night, falling to 3-2 on the season. Kiffin is 28-15 as head coach of USC. The vitriol from Vols fans has simmered over the years. VolQuest.com's Brent Hubbs on the firing has handed down by Pat Hayden from the Trojans athletic department.
Well, the stories, and I think we'll hear more about this in the coming days, but the story is that Lane Kiffin was asked to resign or be fired at the private terminal in LAX when the team returned from Arizona State, returned from Tempe. And apparently he told Pat Hayden, I'm not going to resign, you're going to have to fire me. And Pat Hayden said you need to find your own way home and not get on the bus and go back to the campus at Southern Cal. And that was the end of his tenure as Southern Cal's coach.
Yeah, you can't even get on the bus with us, dog. When Kiffin left Tennessee for USC in 2010, ESPN Sports Nation conducted a nationwide poll asking, would Kiffin be successful at Southern Cal? This map shows nearly the entire country overwhelmingly thought Kiffin would excel with the Trojans. The only place that disagreed with the rest of the nation, that familiar-looking state, the green one in the middle, yeah, that's Tennessee. The folks here, they thought, yeah, something like this just might happen. I thought that was clever. So after 3 years of Derek Dooley, we move to the here and now. The current leader of the Vols, Butch Jones, 3-2 in his first season. Tennessee survived against South Alabama, 31-24. Now comes Georgia. That game is going to be at 3:30 at Neyland on Saturday. The Vols got several big plays on offense against the Jaguars. Marlon Lane and Rajon Neal each had runs for over 50 yards, and quarterback Justin Worley hooked up with Josh Smith for a 29-yard touchdown strike. The Vols defense gave up 17 straight, but got the big stop at the end. Butch proud of his team's resiliency.
We won a football game, and this team didn't quit. We found a way to win. And to me, that's one of the first steps of learning how to win is managing your adversities, being resilient, persevering, and finding a way to win.
So let's keep talking about the Vols win yesterday over South Alabama. One of the big splash plays, as Coach Jones would say. Josh Smith, first touchdown in the orange. One man knows about getting to the checkerboards, Jason Swain. This week's Swain events, what happened?
Every successful pass play starts up front. Great pass protection, keeping Justin Worley clean inside of the pocket. And, hey, when you can throw the ball from the pocket without anybody around your feet, you can deliver a great pass. And he did that to Josh Smith on that play right here.
What happened on the board, Jason? Draw it up for us.
Let's do it. South Alabama is in cover 2 look, pre-snap, and they rotate this safety down pre-snap, and then this safety here is trying to get back to the middle of the football field. Justin Worley, back to pass, drops back, and while this safety is trying to get to the middle of the football field, you have a hitch here and a go. Hitch here and a go, and it's really difficult for this safety to cover this part of the football field while the play is going on. So Justin Worley did a good job. Josh Smith did an excellent job. Whenever you're running a double move, the one thing that you have to learn as being a receiver is when you make a double move to avoid collision. Josh Smith did that, got back on his route, and caught a pass for a touchdown.
I think you said to me this safety was done at birth.
He was done at birth. He was beat by alignment. That's a term that a lot of coaches use. He was beat by alignment. time. And it's really, really hard for this safety to get from here all the way to this side of the football field. Justin Worley had a great pump fake, but it wouldn't have mattered.
That's Jason Swain. Much more reaction from the game right now.
Our players are intelligent. They understand what's at stake. They understand the football program that we're facing in Georgia, and they're a great football team. But we have to concern ourselves with ourselves. Again, if we turn the football over, we'll have zero chance.
Let's go to Dover, race 3 of the chase. Matt Kenseth attempting to become the first driver ever to win 3 straight races in the chase. Dale Jr. set a qualifying record, came in early, real fast on pit road, had to stay out, took him from 1st to 8th. Jimmy Johnson would take the lead. Brad Keselowski took the Blue Deuce to the garage, and frustration for Keslow all season. Jimmy Johnson has dominated Dover, no exception today. The 48 cruises to victory lane. Jimmy now 8 points back of Kenseth for the points lead. We're going to have more racing and reaction coming up on the Night Beat this evening. But all of this today about
It's been a busy day.
Kiffin. Yeah.
Absolutely busy. And plenty more coming up later.
And let me also mention that Jake Locker for the Titans was carted off the field with an injured hip. We'll have more on him as well.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Terry.